Hey, what's good everybody? This is Hijacker coming at you with another statue review. Today I wanted to go ahead and show you guys my crown jewel of my collection as it stands today. This is, I don't know, probably one of my rarest pieces that I have currently, and definitely by far my favorite. I waited 10 months to get this guy. Did not know I was going to have to wait that long, but that's a story that I'll get to later in the review. So let me go ahead and cut on the lights. We'll go ahead and do the overall details on this guy. Alright, this is a resin statue piece, so it's cast out of resin. The overall height in this guy from the bottom of the base to the top of the hair is about 20.5 inches. Base is really wide on this guy, almost as wide as it is tall. It comes in just at 19 inches wide, so you will not be able to display this in a DTOF. It's going to have to go on top or in a Bessa, which is what I would recommend. Just a fantastic piece. I don't even know where to begin. If you saw my earlier statue review of the Super Saiyan 3 BROLY that I did by the same maker, again that's a Djfungshing. This is kind of like my follow-up that I had mentioned that I would go ahead and to review in that video. This thing is just immaculate. I mean, just like in the other video I mentioned, there's not a single brush stroke out of place. The paint work is fantastic. It is a very quality piece. It's a little bit light, what I would consider on the lighter side for a piece this size. I'd probably say it's about 20 to 22 pounds by my best estimation. But it's depicting Super Saiyan 4 BROLY, and I know everybody, you never went Super Saiyan 4. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan like me and you want to stick to canon, this is definitely not a canon character, but I mean, look at this thing. It just looks totally badass. So when I saw it, I had to have it. These things rarely pop up on eBay, but every now and then. When I purchased it, it was $305 shipped from Hong Kong. And I thought I was going to be able to, like any other statue, it was going to be a couple of weeks at most. Well, it turned out to be, let's just say, much longer than I anticipated. And every step of the way, I was talking to the creators until they eventually had to basically lay it out for me that these are all made by hand, painted by hand at time of order. So when I ordered this, there was only about 25 to 30 out there floating around in the world, from what I understand anyway. There's probably more now. I think there's been a little bit more attention brought to these pieces over time. The website to get this at is Djfungshing.com if you cannot find that or find this piece on eBay. It's a fantastic piece. They're up there around, on the low side, probably around 350 to 4. On the high side, I've seen them on eBay go as much as 950 to 1,000. I wouldn't recommend paying that much for it unless you're a super fan, but like me, it's definitely worth $500 minimum, I would say. Ceiling on this that I would spend, but it's probably about $600, $650. Anyway, this is some of the best hand painting I've ever done. I mean, this, or not me, but the artists have ever done that I have seen. This kind of blows Sideshow out of the water. I hate to put Sideshow on blast. That's probably my favorite creator. But I mean, this thing just, you can display this with your premium formats. It's a little bit shorter, but it looks magnificent with it. It's a different piece. It's definitely a head turner. Anyone that views my collection instantly asks about it. It's just phenomenal. So I'll show you that I had that light up feature, and I'll go ahead and cut out the lights here in just a second after I go over some of the details with you. As you can see, it has this clear resin lightning that's all around there, and that is interchangeable, so you can kind of place the lightning bolts wherever you want. But I liked it this way. It kind of looks like the energy is swirling around him as he's charging up. The pavement's coming up. It kind of depicts that scene of him going, you know, powering up, you know, the key and everything. So paintwork is really nice in the shawl. There's a wash here. All these are cast. These little pieces right here are cast onto the piece itself. They're not separate. This is not mixed media at all. This is all the resin casting right here, which is fantastic. You can see the very detailed blue fur coloring underneath there in the rips, which I just think looks amazing. And again, there's not a brush stroke out of place. Here on this blue part, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, it has a fur texture, which if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, again, Super Saiyan 4 transformation has them coming back into almost like their primordial monkey mode. Their tail grows back, and then they get this fur all over their body except for the chest and face, and the hair just gets insane. But yeah, it's a very nice fur. It really has a nice texture. It looks pretty organic. Like if you were just looking at it and didn't know any better, it looks like it actually could be fur. I mean, obviously it's resin, but it does have that great look, and I think the shading in the musculature just helps bring that out here. In the shoulders, you can see all three heads of the deltoids. Looks awesome. They really did a really great wash there. You can see all that in the arm there. This is a nice bright metallic gold here on the boots and the gauntlets, and then the necklace and the belt itself. Everything looks fantastic. It's kind of got a bluish emerald decoration in there. So that looks really nice. That's definitely representative of the character of BROLY, if you're familiar with the series. He does have his tail, same exact fur texture that comes down onto the tail, which is really nice. Some people I've seen display it without the tail, but I figure why do that? It doesn't really represent what this is going for. Plus you could always lose the tail, and you definitely don't want to do that on a piece like this. The hair is freaking awesome. I mean, it's absolutely huge. Look at it compared to my hand. It dwarfs my hand. And surprisingly, it's not back heavy. This thing sits really, really well in its base. I mean, it's solid as a rock. The hair, this part right here, if you can see the seam, this is magnetic. This will separate from the body for transport, and then the torso, that separates here at the waist. So you can, you know, it comes in a very, very nice packaging art box. It does have an art box with a whole lot of foam, similar to like an XM piece. So if you do have to transport it, don't worry about it. All the cutouts in the foam for the art box are just, it's very easy to pack right back up. I've moved this thing about 4 times. Like I said, I've had it a little bit over a year now, and it's gone through 3 moves with me. Thing is tough. It's a really nice thick paint on it. I mean, what else can I say? Look at the face on this guy. The face is just perfect. The line work, no pupils in the eyes, just looking super evil, like he's about to just freaking destroy some planets, which he can definitely do. The light up feature right here is integrated into the left gauntlet, and this is a magnetic piece, so you can replace the batteries. Batteries go right here. I think it's just 3 little watch batteries. I'm not sure the exact model, but you just press that little button there and it lights up. There's an LED, which powers the little clear resin ball there. So you slap that right back on. Gives it a pretty nice effect. Sorry about that, drifted out of the camera a little bit, but pretty nice effect all around. And the LED doesn't really jump out at you because of the way the fingers are styled. So again, magnetic, slaps right back on. Again, the wash on this thing is probably my favorite part of the paint. It's just so subtle but so perfect. It really looks great in any lights. That light up feature is definitely dope. You know, I'll put this right in the center of my collection. It'll light up the entire room. And it's middle of the day right now, so I do got some ambient lighting going on, so even when I cut the lights, it's not going to be that dark, but you'll get a pretty good idea. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and cut that light, leave the light on feature turned on. Not sure exactly how well this is going to turn up in the camera, but I mean, it's dope. Trust me, in person, this thing is just badass. If you're into Dragon Ball Z and you've got the pockets for it, go ahead and try to cop one. Like I said, when I put in my order, there was between 25 and 30 in the entire world, so it's an extremely rare piece. There's probably around 50 to 70 now, if I had to estimate, just from following this piece online. One thing about these, they are not numbered, so there's not going to be any artist proof on the bottom, no numbering like that. They're basically, I guess they think of it in different terms over there. They just think of it as an art piece instead of a collectible. I'm not really sure. I think of it as pretty much both with this guy. I mean, it's just, this is a piece of art in my opinion. Wanted to give a shout out to my boy Jay Remy. He's the one that asked me to do this review. He's known I've had this for quite a while, and has been asking to get a little bit closer look at it. So what's up, Jay Remy? Thanks for all these sideshow trades, my friend. He's the man. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I'd be more than happy to give you the best answers I possibly can on where to find this guy, how much you should pay. Build quality is impeccable. I'll just go ahead and tell you right off the bat, it is impeccable. The thing is solid. It's not hollow. It's all solid resin. Magnetic here at the waist, like I said, back of the hair, the hand. This comes off the base. The only thing about this thing is the base is just huge. It's a little too big for me. I wish it kind of came up a little bit more vertically here on the sides instead of gone so far out, because it does make it hard to display. Most of my pieces I try to get inside a detolf just for, you know, space saving sake, but you definitely can't do this with this guy. This is definitely going into a Besta, a PAX, or on top of any of your display shelves. So let me go ahead and slide him over a little bit. We'll go ahead and grab the Super Saiyan 3 Broly that I already did the review on, just so you can get an idea of the size differences. And these display pretty well together. Super Saiyan 3 to Super Saiyan 4. Not in scale, obviously, but these are my two Djfungshing pieces. I absolutely love them. This maker is just fantastic. I don't know how he does it, but wow. Anyways, I had to wait 10 months to get this guy. I ordered it on December 26th of 2016, and it took 10 months to come in. They had to explain to me, like I mentioned in this review here on the Super Saiyan 3, they make all these by hand. I might be repeating myself a little bit. I didn't really take any notes for this review, but just be prepared to wait, guys. It's going to take a while. I'd say at least 6 months, 4 months if you're lucky. Took me 10. That's including, the international shipping. It came by boat, so that's going to take a while. I think it took like almost 4 weeks by boat, but everything came on both of them perfect shape, no problems at all. Like I said, really packed. So buy with confidence. The guy does great communication, so if you have any issues, just get on the email with him. The only thing about the website, it's a little wonky. It's hit or miss. Sometimes you can order, sometimes you can't. So look on eBay if you can find a stateside seller. That'd be your best bet. But if you do the Djfungshing, be prepared to wait, be patient, and it's definitely a badass piece that if you're into Z, go ahead and pick it up. Alright guys, that was it for my crown jewel. This is Hijacker signing out.